Hello, good morning. I'm Jacob Brindle with Max Occasion, new face in the podcast, and Aaron Park. Welcome to Top Shelf Sports, where you reach new heights.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
New face on the show.
Yes, sir.
Max Occasion,
About
ladies and
time.
gentlemen. Let's give a little round of applause for him.
About
Why are you coming for yourself?
The
That's
real,
all right.
the real audio guy. The real
Love that.
audio guy.
What's
so-
that supposed to mean?
What?
Am I not through audio?
I mean, you're sitting right there. You're sitting over there, buddy.
I've done 2 episodes, okay?
So yesterday we talked about Bryce Young being put on the bench for the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. Today, what we found out this morning is Tua Tagovailoa, who had his terrible concussion against the Bills, he is finally put on IR. He'll be out for at least 6 weeks, and I'm expecting more. My poor Finns fan here, he's probably going through it a little bit.
Yeah,
Probably a
happened.
Tyreek Hill on a
Yeah,
fantasy
I
football
mean,
team.
I've only
As
seen
you
it
guys-
about 4 times
You guys
now.
might know that I'm also a Bills fan, and it was really hard for me to watch just because, I mean, I've seen it happen before just when his arms float up. It's never a good scene, really, no matter who
No,
it is.
absolutely not.
No matter who it is. It's a really sad scene, but we're not here to be sad. We're here to have fun.
Absolutely.
Ain't that right, fellas?
He will be
sir.
back. I hope so. He said he's not going to retire, so it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting
Hey,
to see
I
him come back.
But I mean, you
It'd be
never
a great
know.
story.
He's got that young mind. Oh, I'm never gonna quit. I'm never gonna
That
quit.
is
I mean, I
true.
did see an interview with Cam Newton that surfaced recently about it's always done up here, but it'll never be done in here. Like talking about
He
his
did say
career.
that, yeah.
I remember seeing that, which it's just really hard for there to be no give, like when they're talking about their work ethic, which makes them the best athletes in the world. That's why he was a starter for the Dolphins.
I think if he does come back, he'll be a starter too.
Oh,
If he comes
definitely.
back 100%
it's
healthy,
Skylar Thompson.
Sky Thompson's
Yeah.
awful.
I mean,
Who
come
is
on.
I
that
did
guy?
hear, this is not like, this is just a rumor, not official news,
Okay.
but the Miami Dolphins interested in Bryce Young.
I did
I
hear
would
not
not
say you
I
guys
would not
heard
be
about that?
surprised.
I
I
also
saw
heard-
something about that in our first episode where we had technical difficulties.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, haven't seen the Miami executive say something like that, but I've seen stuff on Instagram.
If you're in the front office, are you shooting for that trade?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, who is their backup for Skylar?
I
Right now?
have no
Probably
idea.
don't have one.
Yeah, probably their punter.
Probably don't have one.
Damn.
I did see where Tom Brady was thinking about coming out of
There's
retirement.
no way he's doing that.
Not to the Dolphins, dude. Oh, Tyler Huntley.
We can only
Tyler
Tyler
Huntley.
Huntley.
Who's that guy?
Baltimore
I'm about to say
Ravens
Ravens
legends.
legend.
Ah.
But in other news, also switching over sports to the NBA, the Supersonics, the Seattle Supersonics. The NBA is planning to add an expansion team. It's between Vegas and Seattle. Which one do you guys want? You guys want a Vegas team? You guys want a Seattle team?
I mean, I would love a Vegas team, but also
Vegas
it's
Aces, yeah.
Seattle. But the only thing I did see is that if they do bring back the Supersonics, the Thunder to lose their history.
Oh.
So that takes away their one championship they got.
One championship.
Yeah,
what?
one.
But it's the Thunder, though. Russ and KD could never bring it to them, so that's the only negative towards that is that the Thunder would lose their history.
That's
Like if the Supersonics came back. So, I mean, I love the Supersonics. I grew up, I mean, obviously Sean Kemp wasn't playing when I was born, but watching highlights of Sean Kemp,
Of
like
course.
you can throw that
When
up
that
on
dunk,
screen. You
yeah.
know what I'm talking about. And Gary Payton, the glove, just locking
yeah.
everybody up.
It's
Locking the
trash talk
1,
again.
2. He locked up Jordan a few times as well. I truly think that Vegas should get the expansion team just because it's Las Vegas. It's Las
It is
Vegas.
Las
I'm,
Vegas.
I'm leaning towards Seattle because
Really?
to me, Vegas has so many teams.
Vegas has 2 teams?
Well,
Do they have an MLB squad?
They do not.
they do not.
I know they have an NHL squad. They have the WNBA squad.
And the Raiders.
And
At
they also
Allegiant.
have the
I
Raiders.
didn't even count WNBA. I'm so sorry.
I don't know if they have anything else up there too. They
Yeah,
might
but-
have. They might have
They
a
have a
soccer
Vegas
team.
FC? Is
I'm
that
about
a
to say,
thing?
do you have it?
No. Yeah, they have LAFC.
Yeah.
Well,
Or that's
LA
that's
is
Los Angeles. I'm thinking about the wrong area.
In other news, the New York Mets last night had a dominant win over the division rival of Washington Nationals, where they put up 10 runs to absolutely maul the Washington, D.C. team. And also in other news in there, it's either Luis Angel or Luis Angel, something. I think it's Luis Angel Acuna. Ronald Acuna's brother went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a home run.
His first debut, yeah.
First career home run. I don't know was it his debut?
I don't know.
I don't think it was. I think
No.
he's a few games into it.
Oh, okay.
But their bullpen came in and shut it down. You had some dude. I'm seeing right here, Tylor Megill, and then Adam Ottavino, who's been in there, Huascar Brazaban, and Alex Young came in, shut it down, 1 inning apiece, 2 combined hits, and all got 1 strikeout. But that Megill guy went 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
That's
That's a really good start
a
for the
good
Mets.
start.
They're starting to turn things around as they're in their battle with the Braves for that wild card spot. Let's take a look at their record. Oh, they are in front of the Braves after the Braves just suffered 2 bad
They
losses.
did
to
lose to the
Dodgers, man.
Reds last night.
Oh yeah, two losses to the Dodgers, 9-2, 9-0, and then 9-0, and then 6-5.
Yeah, last night 6-5.
Against the Reds, which is just not a good look, and they play them again tonight at 6:40. So I will be tuning into that. We got anything else?
I mean, that's the biggest sports news of the week. What really we need to get into is the NFL games coming up this week.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are recording on a Wednesday, so we're going to be talking about Thursday's game and the Sunday games and the Monday game. So,
Oh, yeah.
and it's
Let's
a
talk about it all.
doubleheader, right? Doubleheader this week, I think.
On what, Monday?
Yeah, it's a doubleheader.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Really?
I'm about to say, yeah,
Who's playing?
Jaguars take on my Bills, and the Commanders take on the Bengals.
that's going to be a nice little Monday
7:30
game.
is for the Bills game, and 8:15 for the
Bangers.
For the
Bangers.
For the Bangers.
For the Bangers. Bengals
So,
and Commanders is
let's-
at 8:15.
Let's start it up. Tomorrow night, Patriots, Jets, both teams rolling in on some momentum. What are we thinking here?
I'm going to think the Jets. I just think A-Rod has that dog in him. I know he hasn't played terrific his season so far, but I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to pull it off. I
think?
just think
Yeah.
he's no moment is ever too big for him, truly.
Never.
So I just think he can get it done. I mean, it's a primetime game, and he's been there before. Is Drake May the starting quarterback for the Patriots?
No, Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett's never
I'm
been
not
on
a
the spotlight
Jacoby
like
Brissett
this.
guy.
No, me neither.
Jacoby Brissett.
I'm taking
So,
the
I
Jets
mean-
here as well.
You're
Yeah.
taking the Jets.
Easy. I think
I-
it's gonna be.
I'm going to be different today. I am going to
Oh,
be different.
no, here we go.
I'm going to take the New England Patriots. I'm telling you. Whoa.
What?
1 year, $8 million deal for the Patriots.
You know Woj?
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw that. I just got the notification
Yeah,
from Sleeper.
he became a GM on
Woj?
Yeah. Yo, Woj just became
At
a
St.
GM.
Bonaventure. That's where he went to school. Shout out Mike and Lisa Ancelacco. They are Drew's, my brother, his girlfriend's parents, and they both went to St. Bonaventure.
Bro, Woj is
So-
no longer a reporter.
No way.
He retired from the network?
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, breaking.
It's on E
ESPN
ESPN.
NBA reporter Adrian Wojnarowski has retired from breaking news to become the general manager of the St. Bonaventure's men's basketball program.
Wow.
That is crazy.
That's big.
Good on you,
Big.
Woj. I love Woj so
Huge.
much. That's great. Good for him, man.
Dang.
I've always
That
loved him.
hit me like a truck for a second. Well, anyways, I am going to take the Patriots. I do believe.
That's
That-
perfect breaking news there for
I
us.
know.
That's never happened on this show.
I know. But the Patriots will be my pick. I mean, they played who'd they play last week, the Patriots. I mean, I know week 1 they played a beat up
Was it-
Bengals squad, but I'm telling you right now that
Seattle, they got beaten OT, right?
I think they did lose an did they win an OT?
No, they
Oh, no,
lost
they
23-20 in
lost,
OT.
That's a tough
In
loss.
week 1, they did beat the Bengals 16-10.
I must say, yeah.
Bengals are not looking good this year.
I'm telling you, the biggest reason I'm taking New England is just because
of Jacoby Brissett.
no,
Why not?
Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
The running back.
Okay, that's valid.
He played excellent last week. I think the receiving core is a little bit of an issue there over there in New England.
Yeah.
But I think they can get the job done against a electric Jets team. We got Giants, Browns. They play in Cleveland. In
Okay.
Cleveland on Sunday.
Let's look at the line for that.
We
Giants.
got a plus 225 to the Giants and a minus 285 to the Browns. So
Mm.
Browns heavily favored
I
here
don't
by
know, man.
6 points. They're saying.
I'll tell you what.
You know what? Give me the Giants.
You're gonna take the Giants.
the New York
You know it's crazy
Giants.
because I'm taking the same pick.
Oh, okay.
I'm
okay.
taking the same thing. I think Deshaun Watson has not proved to be an elite
Not at
passer in this
all.
league yet with great receivers. He has Jerry Jeudy. He has Amari Cooper. He has David Njoku. At the running back, he had Jerome Ford last week, who had an off week, but week 1 he played
Yep.
great. That defense is still a stellar defensive squad. Deshaun Watson has all the weapons, and he's not performing. I think the New York Giants have played decent under Daniel Jones's reign. Malik Neighbors last week. How about Malik Neighbors?
he's
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable.
I just
Showing up
truly
to
Devin
the
think
league.
Singletary?
Showing up to the league.
Devin Singletary, shout out former Bill, but I truly think that Dable's got to step it up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know Daniel Jones has never been the best quarterback, but it's never always just the
Dimes.
player, you know?
Danny
Yeah.
There's
Dimes.
always something, whether it's the OC, the DC, the head coach, the quarterback's coach, whatever. There's always something wrong within the coaching staff. So just as long as everybody can step it up, I think they can pull it off.
I think they can too. I think it will be a win. I think the Giants are 1-1 or they're 0-2.
They played terrible against the Vikings.
I
They
was about
lost
to say, yeah.
28-6, and then against the Commanders, they lost 21-18.
That was a good game too.
So yeah, I
I'm
I
going to be
think
a little different here. I'm gonna take the Browns.
Get to the Browns. Just
You're
favorites.
taking the favorites, yeah, man.
I do like the Giants at a +6, but overall money line, I think Browns are gonna win this game. I mean,
making money.
I like the Browns. I like watching the Browns defense here. So we
All right,
see
well, we're gonna do the Eagles and Saints now, and I'm gonna go with the Saints. They're too hot. They're too hot. Eagles are
Take
coming
the
off
Saints.
a terrible loss.
I'm telling you right now. I put this. I didn't even have the Philadelphia Eagles in episode 1. I did not have them in my top 5 power rankings, but I think it's gonna be a bounce back week for these guys. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be solidified as one of the best teams in the league by midseason. I think Philly can take this. I think Saquon will have a bounce back. I think Darius Slay is still one of the best corners in the NFL. I think Jalen Hurts is still one of the best quarterbacks, even though he's having off weeks. Even though A.J. Brown is out, I think Devontae Smith stepped up brilliantly.
I definitely agree with that
The other
statement.
night?
It's hard to argue that, but I just think the Saints are too hot. I think
They are really hot.
I think
This is tough pick. This is game of the week for me.
We'll
sure.
decide. Yeah, we'll decide. That is a very good game. I'm also looking a little farther down. 49ers Rams is going to be an okay game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ravens Cowboys can get pretty good.
So you guys both had Saints. I had Eagles.
Yes, I've got Saints because I think right now in the game we play now, Derek Carr is a not top tier quarterback, but like
he's playing huge.
he's playing really good. I mean,
he's
he's
in
not
good form, good
Mahomes,
form.
Allen level.
Yeah.
Not.
Stroud, he's a level below them. So I'd put him in tier 2, and he just everybody counted him out ever since he left Oakland, Las Vegas, whatever you want to call it. But I didn't. I think he's played really good.
Oh yeah.
I think he's been able to find his receivers
Zip it up.
who aren't. You better watch this. Who aren't his receivers are not crazy.
Yeah,
His
I mean,
receivers are not crazy. I
They're
mean,
they're pulling a lot of star players out of nowhere. I mean, I wouldn't say star players are not top tier, but
Yeah.
you got guys like Rashid Shaheed
I'm a
coming out of nowhere.
jabroni. I mean, I think it's wild that Chris Olave, as the wide receiver 1 over there, has not gotten involved,
yeah.
and they're still succeeding.
Can you imagine what happens if
When
they
he
get Chris
does.
Olave involved?
And I mean, what are they? Are they 40 plus both games? I think.
yeah, they have
It's-
like 95
I'm about to
points.
say,
in
yeah, I
two
think it's
games.
crazy. Something
47 and 44.
That's
Wow, that's
ridiculous.
It's
crazy.
hard to bet against them here.
It is
I
hard to
can't
bet
lie.
against them, but I'm telling you,
Yeah,
bounce
man,
away
that's
from the Eagles.
91.
Moving. That's
91 points in
crazy.
2 games.
In 2
Yeah.
games, they might break a record at this rate if
They
they keep
could.
moving. Plus Kamara too. We didn't even talk about Kamara.
I know.
Kamara, 4
too.
touchdowns,
I mean, yeah, I thought it was 3.
something like that.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4.
And I
But
mean, honestly, having the veteran Jamal Williams in that backfield
Yes.
is also can help him and give
give
Kamara
him a breather.
Because I remember a few seasons ago, Jamal Williams, I think he led the league in tutties, right?
Something ridiculous.
for the Lions.
But moving on, next game, Battle of the Undefeateds. This will be
Here we go.
Houston at Minnesota. Houston at Minnesota.
This could be a GOTW.
JJ could possibly be out. He's questionable.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson is not out yet, but
Do have him in
questionable.
the fantasy
So
team.
how do we want to play it right now while we're making our picks? Is he playing or is he out?
Mm.
I can give you a live update on that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a live
Let's get a
update on
live
that.
update on.
We'll cut to that right now.
They're saying Justin Jefferson is feeling pretty good after his injury, considered day to day as of right now. So I guess we'll see how that.
Let's say
how that
he
goes
is
as the week
playing.
goes on.
Let's
Okay.
say Justin
I
Jefferson's
believe
playing.
in Jettas, and I think he's going to get on the field. I don't think he's going to miss.
This is
Yeah.
so
This is a
tough.
big game here.
This
so.
is really
This
big.
is a tough game. I mean, Sam Darnold has been playing well over expectation
Absolutely
starting the season.
Now I'm gonna take the Houston Texans here. I just think Coach D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud have an unbreakable bond that is terrific. He's a fairly new coach. He's a fairly new
I
player.
think youngest coach too, right?
Is he the youngest
I
coach?
think so.
D'Amico Ryans is 40 years old. I mean, he's a former player, which helps a lot. So he's only coached since 2023. So I think that's really going to be the deciding factor for them is that they're a young bond. I think they could be really good for a long time, and it's already started. So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. It's going to be a really close game. This could be a game of the week as well. But I'm going to
Got a
take
lot
the
of good
Houston
games
Texans
this
here.
week.
I know. What you got?
Excited for it. I don't know. This is actually a hard pick.
It's actually a hard pick.
I feel like I have to take the Vikings just because I'm a Jettas guy. I got him on my fantasy team. I need to see him pop off. I need to see him play.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, I think they're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Not saying he's their only weapon, but
I don't know. I really liked what was that kid's name? I think his name was like Naylor, that receiver that came up in that San
For
Francisco
who?
game for Minnesota. Go look. He played great in that win against San Francisco, and that's a big win for that team. I mean, you're not walking.
Jalen Naylor.
Yeah, Jalen Naylor. You're not walking in.
Oh,
expecting-
it's also big. Jordan Addison is questionable. I just
Both of them.
saw that they're both questionable.
I mean, if they're both questionable, they're gonna be both playing. If they're playing on injuries. If they're not playing, they're not there at all. So I think just purely off of who's healthy and who's not healthy, I have to take the Texans. This Texans team is dangerous, especially adding Joe Mixon. I think Joe Mixon's a little questionable, but he's been playing great. Stephon Diggs, who was dormant last season, awful
they didn't get him
last
a lot
season.
involved last week.
I know, but you can tell when this guy gets the ball in his hands, he can make stuff happen.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited. Tank Dell too. Tank Dell is a more run after catch type of guy, and obviously Nico Collins, the deep threat. He is so tall, so lengthy. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to jump over him to catch a ball. So yeah, I would agree.
sure.
Houston Texans at Minnesota. They walk in. They go 3-0 against.
Yeah,
the
man.
Minnesota
I mean,
Vikings.
I'm
Vikings
seeing now
here, man.
Joe Mixon is also questionable.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
So I hope he can.
I do
he
have
can
him
be
on my
back.
fantasy team as well. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you got Laramie
this week,
Tunsil.
Whole
Laramie
team hurt.
Houston, Minnesota.
Minnesota here.
Take
Take
it-
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, you're just trapped in delusion because you want JJ to play
And now
good.
we've got-
I think the Vikings have a big chance. They put up a huge game.
Oh,
with
definitely.
Sam Darnold against Brock Purdy.
Crazy.
no Christian
What's the running
McCaffrey.
back? Yeah, I
no
mean, who
CMC,
Who's
no
that guy?
CMC.
Jordan Mason, Jordan
Jordan
Mason.
Mason. Yeah, Jordan Mason. But I think the San Francisco 49ers obviously have proven they're not a easy team to beat. And
No,
they-
of course
no,
not.
no,
and
no.
They
That defense is so elite. I mean,
played
it's just-
well.
Exactly.
is.
So now we move on. We've got the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think this is an easy choice.
Wow.
Well, I
okay.
think this is pretty obvious here. I'm going to go with the
Ah.
Buccaneers.
Wow, you
Gonna
almost
go with
had
the
us, brother.
Buccaneers.
I thought he was going to say Broncos just for the money line.
I
saying
am a big fan of Baker Mayfield.
I
I
am
think
too. Me
that
too.
Baker Mayfield is one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
I
think-
actually agree with that. I
I
actually
I
agree
do
with
too.
that.
There's not much arguments with that. I
Since
agree
the
with
start of
that.
the season, I mean, he has been electric.
We talked about him a lot
He's
in
been
the
electric.
last episode too. We talked about Baker and his story a little bit, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
Tampa Bay. I know Rashad White is questionable to play, but Bucky Irving, he will
Bucky
be
Irving.
a sleeper pick
Absolutely.
for the backup position at the running back. You have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, Cade Oddman, who's overlooked a lot because of those stud receivers, and that team against a young, underdeveloped,
Exactly,
inexperienced Broncos squad. I think it's pretty simple to pick.
And I just put up
Buccaneers.
Jalen McMillan's also good to have at that 3 slot. He's not massive. He's not like 6'4" like Nico. He's 6'1", I believe is what it said. About 6'1", so he can be in the slot for you.
Yeah.
You got Mike. You always have Evans on the outside.
Yeah.
And
They didn't use him a lot last week.
They
I
didn't.
know.
He
I was
did.
surprised.
Godwin was way more involved than he was.
huge.
I'm seeing right now McMillan. He has a touchdown already. He's only got 2 receptions for 53 yards.
Is
Which
that
isn't
Jalen
terrible.
McMillan?
Yeah, Jalen
J
McMillan.
Mac.
Packers Titans. They are. I think they're
Packers,
playing in
Titans.
Tennessee. Yes, they are playing in Tennessee. The Packers and the Titans playing in Tennessee. Who we got?
It's hard to pick because you have no J Love, and on the other end of the field you have a Will Levis, who's
Whoa,
Who's
wait.
not-
Will
I'm
Levis-
taking
I don't
Tennessee.
think-
I'm taking Tennessee here just because I think Levis can, grow up and hit a little bit of a slant.
grow
I,
up.
I don't think
I
don't
hope
think
he
Will
can.
Levis is that guy. I don't think he even.
No, I mean,
you don't even need Willis to play good. I mean, you have Calvin Ridley
yeah,
around
you
you.
got Calvin
Tony
Ridley.
Pollard, who's
Yeah.
in the backfield.
But they are favored, and there is no J Love, who's one of the better young quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
Sadly, he is injured. Get well soon, Mr. Love. But I'm taking the Titans here.
I'm taking Tennessee as
I
well.
think I might take the Titans as well.
All right,
I'm
cool.
not-
We got no debates
yeah,
here.
I'm about to say three piece moving forward.
Another one I think that is fairly easy is Chicago Bears and Indianapolis Colts for the sole reason of Caleb Williams sucking.
So you're taking the Colts.
I'm going to take Indianapolis
Who
here.
you
I know
taking?
The spread is very close. Spread is a 1-point spread.
I think I'm gonna go with the Bears here. I think the Bears have a better
Mm.
defensive core, and defense wins championships at the end of the day. I think.
That's
So
right. That's right.
I think as long as you have that reliable defense that can play good, Caleb Williams can have terrible games day in day out, and they still won't lose by more than a touchdown at
Yeah.
absolute worst. Especially to the Colts, who started off hot in the first game, but
And I mean,
looked a little shaky in the last one.
yeah, and to touch back on like what we said about the Texans, they only lost to the Texans by 6 points. I mean, the Bears are a good team, but like I said, I'm going to stick with the opposition here. I'm going to stick with Indianapolis. What do you got, Jacob?
I have to agree with Max. I have to go Chicago here. I think Caleb Williams. He's 2 weeks in. It's not like a Bryce Young situation where he's gonna not play the best for a year. I think Caleb Williams has the offensive line around him, even though they didn't play the best. He has the weapons. He has the defensive core.
And Romeo Odunze is also
know.
very good as well.
So I was stuck on Indianapolis. Rich, such a versatile quarterback.
Absolutely.
Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman when he gets involved, and then obviously Alec
Alec
Pierce,
Pierce.
who's been playing great. That's a nice receiving core, but I have to go Chicago there just because I believe in
I like
Caleb
it.
Williams.
We
bounce
will
back.
like
see.
it.
We will see,
I like it.
fellas. Following that at 1 o'clock, our last 1 o'clock game, we've got Los Angeles Chargers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
At the Pit, at Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. It's at Acrisure.
I don't know.
Acrisure, something, Shakira Stadium.
See,
Up in Pittsburgh.
I'm going to start us off here.
Go for it, brother.
Going to take the Chargers. I think Steelers are not very good this year.
No,
honestly.
I mean, I
don't like
I'm
the
right there with them.
Steelers.
I'm in that same
I don't
boat.
like the Steelers. I think Chargers have a lot of weapons. J.K. Dobbins coming out of nowhere, playing not out of nowhere, but he's been playing
Yeah.
Glass bones,
tremendous.
And,
Yeah, he does
what
have
is-
glass bones.
What is up with Justin Herbert? He's questionable.
Might be his hand, because he's been dealing with a hand problem
Okay.
for like a while now.
I
I
think
have
you
no
can.
idea what it is. But for me personally, I'm going to have to disagree with both of you. I have to go Pittsburgh. That defensive presence on Pittsburgh, I mean, that team, they have Patrick Queen now. People
Yep.
forget that. People forget that from Baltimore to Pittsburgh. It's really not all about the offense, but Justin Fields has been leading that team. Not as bad as everyone thought he was going to lead. And Najee Harris has played a lot better than people thought Najee Harris was going to play. They lost Deontay Johnson. But besides that, this team, when you look at their games, they're low-scoring games. It's a defensive presence. So I think the Chargers, they have an explosive offense. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers don't allow explosive plays. I think it's going to come down to, can you drive down the field all 4 quarters? How much can you play? How tired are you going to get?
Exactly.
And I think Pittsburgh, it won't be a win. It'll be survive for
You,
Pittsburgh.
you just got to get those
absolutely.
first downs
Yes.
I like
against these teams. You're not going to get those 70, 80-yard bombs.
Yeah.
Like you're not Jets. You're gonna.
But the Chargers do have Quentin Johnson, who you can just throw the ball up to and hope that he comes down with.
It's
is true.
crazy.
Quentin
It's
Johnson
crazy.
And
plays
another new wide receiver in Lad McConkey.
Yeah, and that
he's
defense. I
played
mean, just the
pretty well.
veterans: Derwin James and this running the safeties, and then Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa coming from the edges is just.
That's
It's
going to be tough
crazy.
for that
It's hard.
offense.
It's just
hard.
it's already in the quarterback's head.
Oh,
Already.
yeah. When you're watching film that week,
Even
you
if
have to think about this
they
kid is
play
so
bad, even if Khalil Mack and and Joey Bosa and they play bad, they're already in your head.
good. Yeah.
Khalil Mack's one of the best edge rush. Both of them are one of the better edge rushers in our generation.
Dolphins, Seahawks, they are in Seattle. What are we thinking here? Somebody's a little upset about that. Skylar Thompson versus Geno Smith under center. Me personally, I think this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy probably for you, but I'm gonna think that the Dolphins are gonna win this game.
I like
think
it.
The
Huge.
Dolphins should win this game against. I mean, the Seahawks are 2-0. Don't get me wrong. But I think when Skylar Thompson really gets under center, gets those reps in practice, gets more comfortable with throwing the ball to the best receiver in football right now, Tyreek Hill. Whenever he gets involved, you have Jalen Waddle, a great backup core. I mean, the thing is, those running backs, Raheem Mostert, I don't know if he's playing this week.
He's not. He's out.
He's out. And then Devon Achane, who was a little questionable, but I think
Devon
he's...
Achane. I mean, I'll be the first to say he shoved that up our ass last week.
Yeah.
Like even though they didn't, he was getting those
He's a big
yardages.
player.
He's getting those first downs. Like you can probably piggyback off of what I'm saying, but just he's a young kid, right? How old is he?
Yeah, second-year player, so he's got to be like 20, like 3 or 20.
I like Achane in the situation where if I think it's going to come down to
22 years old, fellas, and he's performing at this level.
Man, that's great.
Like this is way too early, but that's like maybe not first, but that's Hall of Fame caliber player. This young,
if
playing
injuries
that
don't
good.
get in the way, because he is very injury-prone.
That's what I'm saying. Yep.
So we got
I'm going to piggyback off of that. I mean, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to take the Dolphins as well.
Dolphins.
I just think eventually, if you can find, it's going to suck, man. Terrible to say. But I just think eventually you can find Tyreek Hill. You can lob the ball up and you can find Tyreek Hill, or you can check down to Jalen for that little slant route that he loves to run. And he'll run after the catch, and Jalen will go score you a freaking touchdown.
For sure.
You'll be at the opposing, or you'll be at your own 35-yard line. You find him for 15, 20-yard post route, and he's gone. Because everybody's like, the safeties are going to drop back and say that Tyreek route. And that's also another thing. Like, Skylar's got to learn to read those safeties. You send Tyreek Hill on a go, and you send Jalen on that slant. If the safety bites on Jalen, you go to Tyreek. If the safety bites on Tyreek, you just go right to Jalen.
they have to utilize zone coverage this week. They like a
Yes.
lot of man. Seattle
Yes.
likes a lot of man, but you have to utilize the zone because you're not beating
Pause,
Tyreek
what?
Hill speed. Huh?
Seattle likes a lot of man.
Seattle likes a lot
Man
of
coverage.
Pause
So we
there,
got-
bud.
we-
Give a
we-
little bit of a clue, bud.
I'm going to take the Dolphins here
Nah,
just
just
because I'm a
give me the
Dolphins
Dolphins.
fan.
Of course, there
Obviously
you
gonna be
go.
the Dolphins, but
No debate
yeah.
for that one.
Yeah.
So, and then we move on to the Carolina Panthers.
Game of the week.
Carolina Panthers and
Absolutely
the
not
Las
game of the
Vegas
week here.
Raiders.
What's the money line for that?
I don't
Somebody
think
talk
we
to me.
need to talk about this one
We've
too
got
much.
we've got the Raiders under or minus 245.
Okay. So
The
I'll,
spread is 5.5.
I'm gonna go out and just say the Raiders are gonna win this game by 5.5 points easily.
I don't give a shit. I'm taking the Panthers. I'm taking the Panthers.
I like that.
I have no idea what they have, what they're doing. I just want them to win.
I think
I don't think they know what they're doing.
It's literally this is my backup statement here. It's the veteran presence in the quarterback slot with Andy Dalton. I just think he's going to be able to utilize like an Adam Thielen being the veteran he is.
Oh yeah, I am happy that they have decided to switch their quarterback to a quarterback that can see over the offensive
there
line,
you go,
see the field a little bit, and have a little bit more.
Yeah, I just think
opportunities.
I just think Andy Dalton is just going to be. He's gonna chill. He's gonna relax. Where's this game at? Las Vegas?
Yeah, they're playing in Vegas.
This is normal for him.
Okay.
I mean, as the Panthers fan, I would love to tell. I mean, I'm glad you picked Carolina. I would love to sit here and pick Carolina for all 17 games of the season that they played.
but that's impossible.
I have to say, I think the game will be a lot closer than these past 2 weeks have been. I mean, they got blown up by like 30 by New Orleans, and they didn't even they didn't get paid dirt against Los Angeles. I think in Vegas, it'll be a closer game. I do think that Vegas will pull out. Max Crosby is a defensive presence that Taylor Moton and Icky are going to have to worry about on that offensive line.
You're going against your own team?
Huh?
You're going against your own team?
It's hard not to, man, when your favorite team is the Panthers. I mean,
I just think if they can learn to utilize those double
don't get me wrong.
backs that they have.
I hope that I'm proven wrong on Sunday, but Chuba Hubbard's still a gem. Miles Sanders is still a great player. You have Deontay Johnson, Xavier Legette, the huge rookie from South Carolina. That team, once we can get the ball downfield, that team will be successful. I don't think it happens in 1 week. I think Andy Dalton has to get used to playing in the real game time. Hasn't played a game since I think last season.
But Andy Dalton is him.
He's a vet. Don't get me wrong. He's a vet. But you still have to get used to that receiving core you have. I don't think it'll be done this week, but I think.
But that's what they have. That's where they have. What is it? Not spring training. What is
preseason
training camp?
Oh yeah, training camp.
That's what they have. Training camp is just.
I think the Panthers need to get Adam Thielen more involved. In
true.
the offense. I think he's also a veteran player.
Definitely. That's truly why I think is you get the veteran QB and Andy Dalton, and the veteran wide receiver and Adam Thielen. I think they can run that offense. Even though Adam Thielen here is listed as a wide receiver 2, and Jonathan Mingo.
He's still on that squad. I don't even know that.
I don't know who that is, but cool.
Next up, 49ers, Rams playing in Los Angeles. Not San Francisco. They're playing in Los Angeles. So, Rams.
I mean, not much of a difference. It's probably a home game for both teams if you really think
basically.
about it.
I mean, I'll start us off. If you're keeping up tabs with injuries, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are both out. I think that's all you really need to know. Kyron Williams and Matt Stafford can't do it on their own. That defense can't do it on their own. You need Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
Give me some knocks, brother.
To win that game.
Give
me San Francisco.
I think like he said, to piggyback off of what he said, I think if they have either one of those wide receivers, they can put up a good fight here. They lost to Minnesota, but Minnesota has a good.
I mean, what did Jefferson got me like 25 fantasy points?
That's what I'm saying.
Don't tell me about that, bro. I played Jefferson that week too. Whatever.
I mean, I just think that the 49ers offense is enough to beat the Rams.
But that defense.
But also they're having their defense, man.
That defense is
Fred
so
Warner still the captain there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Fred Warner. I love Fred Warner. He's a very good linebacker. So you guys better watch your mouth.
So we got 49ers, and 49ers
I'm
for that.
Take the 49ers.
49ers. Sounds good. All right, we're moving on to Detroit at Arizona.
Detroit at Arizona. Explosive teams, really.
Yeah. I mean, they're very fun to watch. I'm going to go with the underdog here. I'm going to take Arizona.
I like that pick.
I'm going to take Arizona. Even though Detroit has been one of the best teams, I think I had them ranked number 3.
Season end this year. I mean, yeah.
So I'm going to take Arizona because I think Kyler Murray's back.
Yeah.
I think he is in the fight they put up against my Bills, week 1.
Marvin Harrison Jr. went from nothing to everything in 1 week.
I think he had like 2 targets against the Bills.
It was literally a Randy Moss. It was a Randy Moss stat. Like it was like 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 100-something yards. It's
crazy.
Ridiculous. I am gonna go with Detroit though. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with Detroit. I like Jared Goff. I think Sam Laporta will bounce back this week. David Montgomery is still the power back over there, and he was unstoppable in that overtime victory against Los Angeles in week 1. Jameer Gibbs is still an explosive get-outside receiving back. Their receiving core, don't even get me started. Jamison Williams. I mean, he's played great too. I mean, he was a nobody walking into this, and obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown and that defense between the young guys like Brian Branch. I mean, that whole team, it's coming together. It's almost complete. I think they'll make a great run at a title. But this week, Arizona Cardinals. Give me the Detroit Lions.
Wow. Okay. I mean, as you were saying about Marvin Harrison's stat line, he had 4 receptions, 130 yards and 2 tutties.
It's
That's crazy.
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Rookie.
I mean,
Half of that came in the first quarter.
Yeah, first quarter. Yeah.
I mean, his dad is one of the greatest receivers
Yeah,
ever.
I mean,
He's
you don't really expect anything else. And as a Michigan fan, obviously, you got Marvin Harrison on one side of the field and Aiden Hutchinson on the other. And I think Aiden Hutchinson for the Detroit Lions is a huge pass rusher. I mean,
he's
it's hard
very
to
good.
it's
Very,
hard
very
to
good.
hard to
Second-year
get the
player,
ball
too.
out that quick when you got
What
he
happened-
had, I think he had
what
like
happened
3.5
to Zay
sacks
Jones?
last week too.
yeah. I mean,
Zay Jones is suspended. What happened to him?
Gambling, I think.
Really?
But so we got
can
Lions.
you hate the man?
We got Lions, Cardinals, right? So
Yeah, I mean,
moving
I'm
forward.
looking at defense, man. All they really got is Buda Baker. But anyways,
Ooh.
on to the Ravens and
Cowboys.
Cowboys. I'm gonna say the Ravens get their first win
Yep,
here.
I agree. I think
They
it's
don't have any
self-explanatory.
injuries. They have no
I also
injuries. They are
agree.
completely healthy.
They're 0-2, nothing to worry about. I think they bounce back. They beat
Yeah.
they beat America's team. They go 1-2. this
Lamar Jackson is one of the better quarterbacks of our generation. As we know, Derrick Henry being the dominant running back he is, I think he's going to bulldoze.
week. I think we get
through
more
this good
involved this week
Cowboys
too.
offense.
Each week he's gotten more involved.
They've just got to, Lamar and the head coach, they have got to recognize Derrick Henry. And just they know he's dominant, and then the other offense that they can do as well. But I'm taking Baltimore. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I got Baltimore as well. So what you got here?
I'm also taking Baltimore. I mean,
There we
I
go.
think you also hit the main points. Lamar Jackson, huge quarterback. I think it's honestly surprising that they haven't found a win yet. And I think, like you said, against America's team, they get it done this week.
We have got the undefeated number 1 ranked Kansas City Chiefs
Oh,
taking
yeah.
on the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm.
What do you got,
I'm
fellas?
gonna start it off here. Taking the Falcons.
I'm taking the Falcons too.
I'm
I
taking
think
the Falcons.
The Falcons are on such a huge momentum run. Kirk Cousins. I mean, we talked about this last.
I'm going to
episode.
do something. I'm going to make that 3 for the Atlanta
3 for
Falcons.
the underdog.
Come on.
3 for the underdog.
This is our pick
Give
of
it
the
up,
week
give it
here.
up,
I'm
give
gonna
it
take this
up.
as
Yeah.
the pick of the
Yeah,
week.
pick of the weeks,
This
baby.
is the hot take of the week right here. Hot take, episode hot take. All 3 of us, Atlanta Falcons will beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
4 words. Kirk Cousins, Drake London.
Ooh.
Drake London.
4 words, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Kyle Pitts.
You like that? You like that?
Absolutely.
You like
Roll the clip, ladies and gentlemen. Roll it.
You like that? You like that?
But yeah, I'm taking Atlanta. I mean, they're just steamrolling. I think they're going to steamroll the NFL.
I hope they don't get
I
beat
think
by
they're going
like
to go
30
7.
points.
I think they're going to go 17-0.
Oh, okay, so this guy's a Falcons fan again.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go with Atlanta just because I like Kirko a lot, and
Hey,
I,
Kirko.
I hate Patrick. I'm going to
Absolutely.
leave it at that. And I think Drake London's one of the better young guys in the league. I think he can just really show what he's done. I know Kansas City's got a good defense. Obviously, Chris Jones being on his way to one of the greatest defensive linemen in the history of football.
Totally agree. I mean, Falcons easy. We all took the Falcons. I mean, Drake London played absolutely beautiful last week.
Tremendous.
That last week,
yeah.
that route that he had against Darius Slay was almost like a work of art. I mean, it was. I mean, tell me to zip it up, but that was a great route. Darius Slay, there's nothing you can do on that route. You're playing man coverage. He shoots inside, and Drake London beats him on the outside. So I do think this is the Falcons week. This is the Falcons game to lose. I mean, they're hosting the game in Atlanta. They're walking in as complete underdogs. They have nothing to lose here. I mean, Kansas City, they were shaken up. They were shooken up against Cincinnati last week. You could see it. I mean, the frustration by Kansas City last week. And like I said, I mean, that penalty doesn't happen. They could be 1-1.
Oh, definitely.
So,
and I'm also going to throw this in Bijan Robinson.
That too.
Very good as well.
young
And
running back.
Kyle Pitts.
Totally forgot about him. Yeah.
Just I think the
Kyle Pitts tight end.
Falcons, if Kirk Cousins can really coach up Michael Penix, and I think that's really good as a young quarterback. I think that's the problem that Bryce Young has had. I mean, you get drafted and then you get promoted to starter. I think they need to sit out a few games.
Yeah.
It's similar to like the Brady situation. He was never a starter when he got in the league. Bledsoe got injured, but he watched Bledsoe, and I bet he learned a lot from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I always think like there's not. I don't know. Did Peyton Manning start out a starter?
Yes, he was. Yeah, he threw the most picks as a rookie ever. So
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I truly think you got to take a few games, not a whole entire year, just a few games to kind of sit back and learn from the veteran. Like, Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that I would like to have to coach up my rookie. Like in Derek Carr, as we were talking about the Saints. But I just think they can get it done. What do you got, Max?
Absolutely. I'm going to take the Falcons as well. I think that as Kirk goes along the season, I think he's going to learn all the weapons that he has in Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. Got
Darnell
huge,
Mooney.
huge
Ray
players.
McLeod.
Yeah, I mean,
Darnell
Mooney. I mean, I didn't expect him to get the ball as much as he did last week, and Kirk made it happen. I think Kirk's fitting in with the Falcons real
Yeah.
well, and
I think he's
that
the real deal
gonna-
as well.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing about Atlanta is they don't have that one standout player.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of
It's just a
guys
team. It's a
who
good
do
team.
their role job very well.
It's hard to guard them all. I mean,
Yes.
I
Alrighty,
mean,
as we move
this
into
is
the
your game of the week.
We all good?
Yeah.
My game of the week. We got the Monday night games here. We got a doubleheader starting off with the Jaguars and Bills. I'm going to take Buffalo. That's
I
my
know,
team.
I know.
My backing statement is because I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I can really get into detail, but I'm going to move it on to these two guys. That is my pick, Bills over Jacksonville.
I mean, I like the Bills pick, but I also love underdogs. I'm just wrong. The
Okay.
Bills are going to win that
Okay,
game. The
baby.
Bills should win that game against the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence has not proven much yet. He's proven a little bit, but I don't think Trevor Lawrence is ready to go up against a Buffalo Bills defense. I don't think it's ready. Offensively wise, James Cook. I mean, unbelievable performance he had.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Allen is still a top quarterback. When Keon Coleman gets involved, that's when this Bills team will become a problem.
Yep.
So
And I mean,
give me Buffalo.
I'm sorry, Max, but we steamrolled Miami, and Keon Coleman didn't have a reception.
Did he have a target?
I think he had like 1 or 2 targets.
That's ridiculous.
In the fourth quarter. I remember watching. I had forgotten about him because James Cook with the 3 tutties was overshadowing everybody, and then I saw them target the 0, and I was like, has he not done anything? And he didn't. He did not. He had no receptions, no yards, and we scored. We put up 31. I think we mix him in. We start to get into like New Orleans Saints with the 40+ games, and we can make a big run for it. But I think ETN could be a problem for us because our run defense is not top tier. But I really hope
Miller.
I really hope we can stick up
70
our
years
pass defense. 70 years old. I think we can stick up our pass defense like we did last week at Miami. So what you got, man?
I'm going to be different here. I'm going to take the Jaguars. I think
That's not even the craziest pick in the world.
I think that I, as a Miami Dolphins fan, I watched the first game of the season. We played the Jaguars, and I thought they didn't play good at all, and they still almost beat us with a healthy team, an excited team to get started into the season. Week 1, we had everyone that we needed, and I mean, you got Trevor Lawrence, not too reliable as he has shown.
I'm afraid of Gabe Davis. I've seen what he's done because I've watched the Bills games day in, day out. If he's either on his game or he's off his game. He's either going to get you 7 receptions for 150 yards and 2 tutties, or he's going to give you 9 receptions for 20, 30 yards.
And I think that's a problem with a lot of the teams this year. They're struggling to mix in certain players that could have differences in wins and losses. And I think the Jaguars are that type of team right now. I think they can work on it in practice, maybe get Evan Ingram the ball a little bit more, maybe get those guys
I agree with that.
the ball a little bit more and make something happen. I mean, you got Travis Etienne. If you need to hand the ball off, he's going to make something happen. I think they can put up a good fight. I think it'll definitely be a close one.
Yep.
For sure.
So Bills, Jags.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
And the final part of the doubleheader, the final one.
The Washington Commanders wrapping it up against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. I've got to dive into this one a little bit. I truly do not know who I'm going to take, but we've got Bengals. Minus 430. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this
7.5 spread. I guess I'm just going to go straight up. I'm going to take the Washington Commanders. I'm picking the Commanders because I have no clue about either team. I'm not even going to dive into anything. I'm going to take the Commanders. Shut up. You guys go for it.
I don't know. I like the Bengals here, honestly. I think that they put up a huge game against the Chiefs last week. They put a lot of pressure on their offense, and I think that they can do the same thing here against the Commanders, who I don't know too much about the Commanders. I watched
Chase Young is really all I know about.
Didn't they win by like 1 or 2? They won off like last second field goal.
I'll tell you what.
Like that. I don't know what happened, but
I like the Commanders. I like their explosiveness. Jaden Daniels from LSU. He's a great rushing quarterback. You have Brian Robertson Jr., who's a great running back on that squad.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Jaden Daniels to explode. That's why I'm picking them here. I'm thinking maybe he has an explosive game.
I think the Cincinnati Bengals understand that Washington is not really relying on their receivers. We're really relying on this run game, and we're really relying on can Jaden Daniels get out the pocket and run for that first down. That's what we're hoping for. I think the Bengals will understand this. They'll run that zone. They'll put that QB spy on, just like Madden. Literally just like Madden. You put that QB spy on, I think you can shut up Jaden Daniels.
Absolutely.
I think that I think that Bengals roster, that Bengals offense will have a great bounce back week. They're angry. I mean, that's a tough loss for them.
Oh yeah.
So give me Cincinnati.
yeah. And another thing, I mean, I like Joe Burrow. Big Burrow. You know, it's hard to hate against the man. I mean, I'm looking here. They lost to the Chiefs by 1 point. Could have gone either way, obviously, as we know if we watch that. The passer
McPherson makes that kick. It's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, you got Zach Moss, who had 12 carries for 34 yards. I mean, if he gets
more touches,
double that, he doesn't even need more touches. I think 12 is enough, but 34 yards on 12 carries is a little bit on the
lower
downside.
side,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, not what you want out of your starting running back. You got Jamar Chase here, who only caught 4 passes. I think you get him a little bit more involved.
Yep,
He's obviously another player that can make stuff happen, and a lot of teams around the league are starting to cover up those players that can make explosive plays, and you got to just look for other players. I mean, that's why they ended up getting the ball to Mike Gesicki 7 times.
I was just going to say that.
He made a huge
Dolphins
week,
legend.
but
7 receptions, 91 yards.
that's huge for
especially
a
for
a tight end. Yeah,
averaging 13, 12. Oh, it says it here. Yeah, averaging 13, and then Jermaine Burton. Who is that?
on
Anybody know
one
who that is?
catch, 47 yards on one catch.
47-yard
I mean,
gain.
ridiculous.
I don't
Who is
know.
that guy?
We don't know. So, I mean, that wraps up our pick'ems, ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
If you have any disputes, you can go home and shove them up. I don't care.
Absolutely, we'd like to hear them, but we don't want to see them.
You
all
can
right?
go ahead and put them in the comments, but nobody's gonna really care.
We'll definitely look over this and see who is right.
Oh, definitely, and we will review this.
Next,
and I hope I'm right on the Commanders Bengals. I don't know much about either
maybe
team.
we can keep a little stat on the season going. Like we can have a little.
A little board.
Yeah.
Who's got the most? Who's got the
Sucks
most
that
right
we didn't
pick'ems?
start like week 1. But
I know, but it's fine.
we'll be
But
all right. So
we got a big segment here. This is a big segment. This is gonna be my favorite segment this year because I love money. I love
here we go.
putting money down on bets.
Money.
Max Occasion, give me your parlay of the week.
Here we
Talk
go.
to me. Parlay of the week, baby.
Parlay of the week.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Guys, here we go. We're going with the pick'ems of the week. We got a little parlay put together here, a little 5-leg parlay. We're rocking on Fliff.
Talk to me.
Looking 530 plus 530 right now. Like the odds on it on these type of games. So first, we're gonna go with the Jets against the Patriots. We've already talked about these. I think the Jets have a strong week this week and get the job done against the Patriots. Moving on to pick number 2, we got the Buccaneers against the Broncos at a minus 345. I think that the Broncos don't stand a chance here against the Bucs.
No.
Huge Baker Mayfield fan, and I think he gets the job done this week. Pick number 3, Cleveland Browns against the Giants. I also not a huge fan of the Giants. Think the Browns get it done this week. Get something rolling with the offense, and they get the job done. So moving on to pick number 4 here, we got New Orleans Saints versus the Eagles. I took the Saints here, Saints money line. A bit of a controversial pick. Could go either way, but hard to bet against them. As we just saw, the Atlanta Falcons roll over the Eagles this week, and the Saints have played nothing but tremendous so far this season in Derek Carr, and I'm trusting in him as the best odds of the day at a minus 155. On to the last pick. Another controversial one here. I know I took the Vikings,
Oh wow.
but on the parlay, I've got the Texans. I think
Oh,
from
boy.
a fan standpoint, I like the Vikings. Always have,
always like that.
But look, we're trying to win some money here.
Absolutely. That's what I
Trying
like
to
to
win some money
hear.
here. This is the main goal, winning some money. So you got to do what you got to do. And I'm taking the Texans. I mean, CJ Stroud has just been tremendous. So that's our parlay of the week. Got Jets, Buccaneers, Browns, Saints, Texans. Lock them in 5
There you
picks.
go. Ladies and
Lock 'em in
gentlemen,
a little
let's
5-leg.
clap it up for our first ever Money with Max.
Let's go.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Thank you.
There we go. Attaboy. I love that name, Money with
Money with
Max.
Max, yeah.
Get
like
back
that
to
a
you
lot.
guys next week and see how this went. Hopefully didn't lose you guys too much money, but
Lots of red. Well, thank you, Max, for Money with Max, making some big money, little 5-leg parlay.
Love that.
But we are getting into a game called Wavelength. If you don't know what Wavelength is, this is basically player 1. So player 1 being Aaron, he will pick a number in his head, and then player 2 will give them a subject, like NFL players, fast food restaurants. They will respond to that, and they will say Zaxby's or Bojangles or Cookout or whatever he wants to say, and we have to guess the number he's thinking. So let's get into it. Max, Jacob, Aaron, Wavelength. Let's go.
Let's do it, baby.
let's get it.
So
Let me think of a number. All right, I've got one. Got a number. So I have a number in my head, a scale of 1 to 10, and you know what? You guys look that way, and I'm gonna show them my number.
Okay. I'm looking away. All right, we good?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I have my number in my head, and we can also put the number up on the screen.
Yep.
So I've got my number. You give me a category.
What are we thinking here? Or sorry, category.
Fast
sorry.
food restaurant
Yeah.
here. Let's just start it off.
Yeah, simple fast food
Give
restaurant.
me the chick to the fill to the A. Chick-fil-A is gonna be my first pick today.
It's gotta. Oh, he worked there. He said it was his favorite. It's
Are we
gonna be a
working
10.
together here? Are we
Yeah,
working
yeah, yeah.
together?
Yes,
Or
you
we
guys
pick
work
one?
together.
Yeah, yeah.
What are we thinking?
I'd probably give him a 10 just because episode 1 said
What
he
you
worked
got?
there.
You got multiple categories you can go. You can do more categories. You don't only have. You're not limited to one guess. So now you can give me like a movie series or something like that. Just give me. I'm not saying you have to do movies, but you just give me another one.
Oh, to try to figure out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with
don't- yeah.
sodas. Let's go sodas.
Sodas. Dr. Pepper.
It's
All right,
come on. It's gotta be
I
a
think
10.
it's got to be a 10 here.
It's gotta
I
be
mean,
a 10 here.
Chick-fil-A
Ladies and gentlemen, my number is a 10. There you
Okay,
go.
okay.
Great job, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess it's
Kind of
my 10.
obvious when you pull the Dr. Pepper out of your book bag.
Yeah, I
Gives
mean,
away
I just
here.
I kind of wanted to start off a little
Yeah,
easier, just so
no.
it's not too
Yeah, for
confusing
sure.
for people
Yeah.
at home.
I respect it.
So,
All right.
and if you guys want to play along, you're a look away from the screen, and whoever's got the number will let you know when to come back, so you can't play along with us. Jacob, take it away. You
Here
can
we
play
go.
the next one. So think of a number.
I already have my number.
Okay, look away, and then you give it to them.
Are you guys ready? All right, here we go.
Okay, now you guys can open your eyes back up, and
Give us the first category here, Aaron.
Give me a current NFL quarterback.
Current NFL quarterback. Ooh, I want to make this a little difficult. Let's go Bryce Young. Bryce Young.
Oh God.
quarterback.
Okay. Thinking this is zero
Thinking
doesn't
this
count.
is, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
zero's not
this
a number.
is somewhere
The
between
one,
1
2.
and 1 and 4 right here.
No, I'm lower than that. I mean, it's Bryce Young, dude. He just got
I
benched.
said somewhere between 1 and 4.
Oh, I'm thinking lower than. I'm thinking 1 or 2. But go ahead with another category.
All right, let's go. NBA starting centers. Current starting centers.
NBA starting centers.
This one's got to be.
Let me think. Oh my goodness. I don't know if he's starting anymore, but I'm gonna say it. Alex Len.
This is low. This is really low.
Alex
Thinking
Len.
1 or 2 here.
Yeah, man, but we'll have another one. We'll go at it. Give me a condiment to dip your fries in.
Okay.
Dip the
I like
fries
this.
Dip the fries only. So like
Fries
if he
only.
pulls like relish out of the bag, dude, or something disgusting like that.
Let's go mayonnaise.
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 Now I'm gonna tell you
Wait.
straight up, that's not terrible.
Yeah,
But that's me.
I'm
But-
liking a 2 here.
Mayonnaise. Okay, I don't want to get mayonnaise. Mayonnaise and fries would be like a 6, but this is his list, and he gave us Bryce Young. It's not terrible.
I'm gonna set my pick in at 2.
No,
I'm going
no,
2.
no. Do another category.
We're not limited to the category.
No.
We just
No.
keep going
I
through.
mean 5, but
I don't know. I'm pretty set on 2 here. I think this is 2.
but who's worse than Bryce Young in the league?
Dude. Jacoby Brissett.
He's actually better than Bryce Young right now.
Okay, let me get.
You doing a category? You better guess.
But he said
Category.
mayonnaise. The mayonnaise throws me up a little bit higher than 1, just a tad bit.
I know,
think-
because that's not terrible.
You mentioned relish could have been at the bottom of the list. It would have been dead
Okay,
giveaway for
we're
1.
gonna deadlock in at 2.
You guys are locked in at 2.
Locked in at 2.
No, it was 1. I hate
Oh
mayonnaise.
damn it!
I didn't want to say relish because he already said relish. I would have said relish, but he's like, if you say something like relish or something, I was like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
but then he says mayonnaise probably like a 6 for me.
Bro, I could low-key sit down right now. You give me some good fries. I could enjoy fries.
No
like
way.
that.
Yeah, nobody
Can't do
wants
that.
to watch that. I
I
promise.
could. Oh no, I won't show it to you. They'll be gone in a little bit. So,
All right, Max.
Go ahead, think of a number, my friend.
All right. Got you.
You got it? All right, we got to turn away.
Oh yeah,
All right.
show the viewers.
Yeah, show the camera. Let us know when you're ready.
All right, we're good.
All right, here we go.
Alrighty. Give me.
How about give me an NFL running back?
NFL running back. All right. I'm going to take Ezekiel Elliott.
This is low.
This is low, but this is not completely
Like
low.
4.
Yeah, I'm
4,
thinking
5?
like 3, 4, 5, like around that area.
Sorry, give me a chocolate candy.
Okay.
Just
Chocolate candy?
chocolate,
All right.
chocolate.
all right.
I'm going to take a Milky Way here.
Milky Way. What is that? Caramel and marshmallow.
Yeah, something like that.
That's literally mid.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, what else we got?
I think that is like a 5. Give me
Go ahead.
an NBA team. A team.
NBA
like
team.
a historic like a
Nope,
franchise
just
or
current.
just
Yeah, franchise. Give me a
Current
franchise.
Well, what do you mean? Like a historically?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Because I mean, the Lakers
all
are a
time.
historic franchise. But
yeah,
Lakers
yeah.
suck
I'm
ass
talking about
now.
historically franchise.
This might be a controversial pick for the viewers, but I'm
Here
going to
we
take
go.
the OKC Thunder.
So
They don't
we're-
have a big history.
They have a championship,
I know.
including Seattle.
I
Damn.
think I'm set on 5. I think
Set on 5.
I think I like 5.
I like 4 though. Okay, give me a condiment to put on a burger.
Onions,
Raw or cooked?
cooked.
Bro, that's number 1. That's probably like a 9 for me, but obviously we're not.
I think it's
5.
5. Yeah, 5. Lock it in. Is it 5?
It is 5.
Let's go.
Let's beautiful stuff
Good
there. Beautiful
stuff.
Come
stuff.
on.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Great. That wraps up our wavelength segment, ladies and gentlemen. It took
Let's
me long
go.
enough to think of the word
know.
segment, but that wraps it up. If you guys like that, please let us know in the comments.
And let us know other segments too.
Because we don't want to bore. We don't want to bore you guys. You guys take complete priority. So if you like something, let us know. We'll do more of it for you. If you dislike something, let us know. We won't do any more of it, unless
For
it's
sure.
my father. My father's a harsh critic. So Michael, if you're
Shout out,
watching this,
Mr. Park.
we're not listening to you. Let's get to what do we got next?
We got the draft. The draft.
Appetizers.
Appetizer
The
draft. We're getting a
draft.
starting 5. A starting 5 draft for
Okay, so we'll just
appetizers.
go 5. So
Yep.
who's going to start us off?
I need to pull up an appetizer list real quick.
No, don't pull. Go straight off the dome. What are you talking about?
Straight off the dome. Let's go. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
Can
off the dome.
I get number 1
Yeah,
pick?
you get number 1 pick. We'll do it a snake draft
Snake draft.
style. So we'll go down and then back all the
Okay.
way through 5 picks. And then make sure you write your picks down so you don't forget. we go.
Mozzarella sticks.
Dang, that's tough. For my first pick,
Can it be like specific? Can it be like a specific?
An appetizer. Like if you're saying like,
Are you talking about
Well,
from
I'm
a
saying like some
specific
some
restaurant?
places have
Yes,
like, an
yes,
appetizer
yes.
that-
100%.
all right.
yes. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
My first pick. And I'm gonna steal his pick because I already know what he's about to pick. Give me the Texas
Here's
Roadhouse
Roadhouse.
bread rolls.
he's gonna go with Red
That's
Lobster's
beautiful.
cheddar
Nah,
bay
that's be-
biscuits.
I was- that was gonna be my second pick, but I'm gonna go number 1 pick, the Outback Steakhouse Bloomin' Onion.
wow,
Oh man,
that's a people either love that a lot or hate it.
I'm a
I
huge
think I
fan.
like it.
I
Though.
like
I'm
It's
on
not
the
bad.
love side. My auntie knows that we would every time we go there we get a bloomin' onion. We never end up finishing it, and it
Got
stays
to,
in the
yeah.
fridge for a few days, and
That is true.
we throw it in the air fryer, and it's like even better. But that bloomin' sauce does help it a lot. So Max, back to you.
Absolutely. Back to me. I'm gonna go. Not too controversial here. Second pick, fried pickles.
Fried pickles, man.
Stealing my picks, man. I'm trying to think.
But you've got to have a good ranch.
You do.
You've got to have a good.
Absolutely.
If the ranch is ass, so are the fried pickles.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I totally agree.
And what do you guys prefer, chips or the spears?
fried pickles. Chips.
Definitely
I like the
the chips,
chips.
but it can't be too greasy. You know what I'm saying? It has to
I
be like
agree
good
with that.
breading.
Now, if I get the spears, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah.
But like if I get to the table and like there's just those pickled chips, like nice and golden brown, crisp.
What the heck?
Move on.
to
Your
think.
pick.
Pick number 2. Man, this is a toughie. I really have to think about what I want here. I'm going to go. I am going to call this an appetizer because a lot of places do it well. I want boneless wings. Underrated pick. Boneless wings
wings.
is
I like
an
it.
appetizer.
I like it. That is
So-
an appetizer.
And they're
Uh,
also chicken nuggets. They're not boneless wings. They are chicken nuggets. I'm
Whatever,
going to
man.
go ahead and steal chips and queso.
I totally
Ooh.
forgot
I'm gonna
about
steal
chips and
chips and
queso.
queso.
Oh. All right, you got pick
This
number
is
3.
tough because I've got one that I want, but I don't think you guys will pick it. So there's no need for me to waste a pick right now. So do I go value or? Okay, I'll take Olive Garden garlic bread.
Oh, beautiful pick.
I took mozzarella sticks, chips and queso, Olive Garden, Texas Roadhouse, boneless wings, bloomin' onion, fried pickles.
All right. I think it's time it goes off the list. I think we addressed it earlier. Top pick, top player in the game. It's been a top player of the game. You go to Red Lobster, and you know what you're there for.
Never had them. Never been to
The
a Red
cheddar
Lobster,
biscuits.
man.
Those who know,
Ooh, okay.
the cheddar biscuits are tough.
All
so
right,
I'm
that-
taking the Red Lobster cheddar biscuits.
I like
That's a
that
beautiful
pick.
pick.
That's a great pick.
That's a beautiful pick. I'm gonna take. I'm a classy guy. I like to keep it standard. I'm gonna take the chips and salsa. You know, you walk into a good Mexican restaurant. And
Yep.
the free appetizer, nothing
It's
beats
free.
it, man. You just walk in, they sit that on a table, and you
El
smack
Valle,
it away.
man, Mount Holly.
You can eat it forever. I mean, then guess what? They bring you more.
Oh my.
Guess what?
Dang, number 4.
Oh, it's me again. Actually,
Yeah, it is you again.
I don't know. I'm lost in the sauce here. Let me think.
I have my pick. I don't think you guys would guess it, so I think I'm fine.
I'm gonna take some jalapeno poppers.
No.
Oh my god! No way! Oh my god!
Bro, you literally just snatched that off my draft board.
Right off the
That's
dome.
That's
what I was talking
crazy.
about. Nobody's gonna pick jalapeno
Right off
poppers.
the
Wow. See, I didn't have that on my radar.
Bro.
Jacob, what you got next?
Now I have to go back and look. at the 4 pick, this is a supportive player, more of like a role player. You know, doesn't really do a lot of scoring. What's so funny? What's not a lot of scoring from this guy. You know, just around the clock. You need him somewhere. He's gonna get it done. And when you go to a seafood restaurant, give me a shrimp cocktail.
Beautiful.
That's good. That's a good pick. That's a quality pick. Now I'm gonna piggyback off of this seafood. I'm gonna go with some calamari.
See, I was thinking about
really
calamari.
enjoy calamari, but it's got to be crispy. It cannot be rubbery.
Yeah, no way.
And then I'm gonna follow that up with the Cheesecake Factory brown bread.
I
don't know if you guys ever had that before.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
With the Cheesecake
A
Factory
lot of bread
brown.
on this list here.
I have to go back and dig deep again.
I
Oh
got
my
one.
goodness, I'm about to.
Don't do it.
For my final pick, I am gonna go with when you go to Chili's, you get that Southwestern egg roll. Give me a Southwestern egg roll.
Beautiful.
had
pick.
a-
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Southwestern
Beautiful.
egg roll. Nobody's ever. No,
I
you ever
have.
had one?
I have.
Never had it.
Those things are good.
Beautiful stuff.
So give me the Southwestern egg roll
Splendid.
from Chili's.
My 5th pick is gonna be a sleeper as well. I know.
Oh God.
Oh, here we
I know
Is
we're
this
on the last
is this
pick.
a restaurant exclusive?
No, this is a.
Oh,
this is
like.
This is a guy that you can get anywhere, and he's always
Oh.
going to be reliable.
Oh wow.
Always going to be reliable, no
Okay.
matter where you get it from.
Talk to
Okay.
me.
We're taking the garlic knots.
Garlic knots. I had them last night with
Taking the garlic knots
Garlic knots are good anywhere.
anywhere.
dude
I mean,
Always reliable.
Fast food pizza, sit down pizza, Italian restaurants.
with Domino's. Domino's
I'm
has
about to say
some really
Domino's.
good garlic bread.
Domino's garlic knots are good. I mean, that's crazy.
Quick rundown here: mozzarella sticks, chips and queso, Olive Garden garlic bread, calamari, and Outback loaded cheese fries.
Those are for Aaron's picks there.
Yep. Hold on.
I know.
And then we've got Jacob over here with Texas Roadhouse bread, boneless wings, Red Lobster, Cheddar Bay biscuits, shrimp cocktail, and a Southwestern egg roll from Chili's. Then we've got Max with the Outback exclusive bloomin' onion.
That's a
Texas
good
Roadhouse also does that. Have you guys ever had
Yep.
that?
Yeah, I have.
I think
I think Outback's is better.
Yep. Fried pickles, any exclusive there? No.
Anywhere.
Chips
Always
and salsa,
reliable.
jalapeno poppers, and garlic knots.
Good list. The list
Let
is
me
fluid.
know. Let me know
The
who's
list
the
is
best
fluid.
list.
know why? You know why?
It's fluid. It's fluid.
The
is.
list is
This
fluid.
is, I think I won the draft.
I think
Really?
I won the draft.
I
See?
truly
I think I won the draft.
There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I've got a good
Texas. Listen, Texas Roadhouse bread is the MVP.
That is the MVP.
MVP.
But I had to go mozzarella sticks because I knew it was not coming back to me.
I think
Yeah.
the cheddar biscuits are honestly the MVP.
That's
I
a
gotta
sleeper pick
try
too. I
'em.
got them at 3.
I've got to try them. I've never
We
had
need to
them.
go to Red Lobster and you need to try those cheddar biscuits.
Is there one around here?
Yeah, there's one in Gastonia.
Actually?
Yeah.
At the class? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching episode number 3 of our podcast. We will have episode 4 coming out soon. Obviously, once again, shout out Gaston College for this beautiful room.
Silver platter.
I'm going to send this to Mr. Jacob Brindle. He's going to give you the outro. Let's get it.
Well, again, appreciate you guys. Again, always.
Yes, sir, always.
Co-host, the best co-host. Top Shelf Sports, where you reach new heights. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what you want to see on the Top Shelf Sports podcast. We have a Google form. Follow our socials, and we'll see you next episode. Peace out.